Hello, this is Gareth Williams, and in this video I would like to carry on where I left off in one of my previous videos. In my previous video I demonstrated how to configure a stub and totally stubby area, and in this demonstration I would like to demonstrate how to configure a not so stubby area and a totally not so stubby area. This is our network that we're going to be using. I've modified it slightly. So we got a loopback 0 connected to R1, and loopback 0 is actually being redistributed into OSPF. We've got two additional routers, R6 and R7, each having 3 loopbacks each, and this will be a RIP network over here and over here. I've gone ahead and configured the IP addresses and the RIP version 2 networks. First of all, I'd like to start over here. So this is our stub area. So as a recap, a stub area blocks LSAs types 4 and 5. LSAs types 4 are generated by the ABR. So in this case it will be R2, and they describe how to get to the ASBR. In this case will be R1. We can confirm this by just doing a show IP OSPF. And as you see there, this is an autonomous system boundary router. And if we have a look at R2 and do the same thing, it is an area border router. Right then, so if we do a show IP route, this is the loopback 0 on R1 that's being redistributed. It's got a metric of 20 and it's a type E2. If we have a look at the routing table of R3, so this is the default route on how to get to the ASBR network. These are the RIP networks that we'll come to shortly. So LSAs type 4 and 5 are being blocked. As a reminder, these are generated by the ABR, how to get to the ASBR, and type 5 is generated by the ASBR. If we have a look at the OSPF database, okay, so these summary net link states these are LSA type 3s, so these aren't being blocked. These are intra-area routes, so and it's taken the ASBR that's connected to R1 and just given it a default route instead, because that's all we need to know. I'll show you the totally stubby area as well. So we go to R4, do a show IP route. Okay, this is our E2, and this is the route connected to the R1, and these are our intra areas. So a totally stubby area blocks LSAs types 3, 4 and 5. LSAs type 3 are generated by the ABR, and they describe how to get to the intra areas. In this case it will be these. And types 4 and 5. So if we have a look at router 5, do show IP route, and there we have it. We have one default route to get to the rest of the network. And as I mentioned, I've gone ahead and configured RIP. So as a result, right then, so let's say if we've add router 6, which I've already done, connected to R3, R3 in essence now becomes an ASBR. So once these routes are being redistributed, they will get to R2, and R2 will just block them because it blocks LSA types 5. LSA types 5 are generated by the ASBR, so in this case it will be this. So one way around this would be to create a not so stubby area. Basically what will happen is that R3, let's see if I get this right, R3 will take the LSA type 5s that it knows about, it will convert them into an LSA type 7. Yeah, so these LSAs type 7s will go to R2. R2 will realize that they're LSAs type 7s and will convert them back into LSA type 5s, and then propagate them then to the rest of the network. I hope that makes sense. We'll try this now. Okay, so let's go to R3. Let me just do show IP OSPF, no, show run dash section OSPF. Okay, I need to redistribute RIP into OSPF, so I'll go into OSPF1 and then do a redistribute RIP, and then the keyword here is subnets. Okay, we've got a little warning message there, but that's okay. What I would like to do now is to get rid of the stub flag. So if I go no that, and just do read to OSPF1, do show run dash section OSPF, and get rid of that. Now then, OSPF has gone down. So what I need to do then is do an area 23 NSSA for not so stubby area. Put that there, and I can just do the same then on R3. Right then. So if we go to R1, I'll just do a show IP route. Give that a sec. And there we have it. These are the loopbacks from R6. They can now be seen over here. So if we have a look at the topology table on R3, database table, sorry. See, now we've got the LSA type 3s, and now we've got the LSA type 7s. Right then, so yeah, because it's an ASBR, it will just convert them into LSA type 7s, send them over to R2, and R2 should okay, so here we go. It receives the LSA type 7s, type 7 AS external whatever, and it then converts them into LSA type 5s so that they can get to everywhere else. Now then, there's a problem with a not so stubby area, which is that it blocks. Yeah, if I just show you instead, if I do a where am I? Show IP route. Now then, we've lost our default route. So if you notice here in the summary LSA, the summary default route is actually disappeared. So one way around that would be to go back under here. If I just do a no, and then do a default information generate, and just do that. Go back over here, do show IP route, and there we have it. So now we'll be able to ping. We'll be able to ping there, and if we have a look at the OSPF database as well, we'll see that it's an LSA type 7. Yeah, it's a bit weird, I must admit. I'm not a big fan of the not so stubby area, but the totally not so stubby area is a bit different. If we have a look now, so we've got R4, R5. If we have a look at R4 first, so show IP OSPF database. Right, and then R5 show IP OSPF database. Yeah, so it's only got one summary route, Yeah, yes, that's actually an LSA type 3, where it takes the intra areas and just converts them into a default route. So let's have a look now. So this is okay. I like to get rid of the stub flags first. I'll tell you what. Now I'll redistribute it first. Config router OSPF1 redistribute rip subnets. If I do show run dash section OSPF, I want to get rid of this, and the same on R4. Here we'll get rid of this, and yeah, you have to do it twice. Once for the no summary and once for the stub when you want to disable it. I should reset it. Now if I do an area 54 NSSA and then no summary, go back to R5, do a area 54 NSSA. Okay, so that's it coming back up. If we have a look at R5, see that it's still got the default route there. So yeah, so if we have a look at R5's topology table, show IP OSPF, sorry, database table. Okay, so it's got these LSA type 7s here from over here. It's going to send LSA type 7s to R4. We have a look at R4. Okay, so these are the LSA type 7s, and then it puts them into LSA types 5s. If we have a look at R1, R1, if we do show IP route, and there we have it. We got all the routes that we need there. So ping what is it? Sure that's supposed to work. Let's have a think now. It's got it in the routing table. 1.1.1.1. Okay, what about 2.2.2.2? So what's happening here? Oh, I'll tell you what it is. It's probably, yeah, I need to redistribute OSPF from R3 into RIP. That should be it. Config T router RIP. Redistribute OSPF 1. Here I'll need to set a metric. We'll just give it a metric of 2. And that's that. And we'll do the same for R4. Router RIP. Redistribute OSPF 1. Metric. I'll give this a 3. So let's try this again. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, because the return packets didn't know where to go. That makes sense. So if we have a look at 6, we should see everything. And there we go, we've got a default route there on how to get to everywhere. So we do ping 172.16. What's it, 0.1. Okay, and then if we have a look at R7, R7 is receiving nothing. Let's have a look. R5, oh, have I missed that? Oh, did I put on the wrong one? R4. Yeah, I put it on the wrong one. Yeah, it needs to be on R5 because this is the ASBR R5. So go config T router OSPF. No, router RIP. Redistribute OSPF 1 with a metric of 2. So let's try this again. So 4, 5 and 6 from R1. Ping. Yep. And 6.6.6.6. Okay. So now then, if we have a look at the routing table of R7, and there we have it. It's got its default route there. And that's about it. Thank you for watching.